Restart. Red pill, orange pill, Larry Chang pill. When I say that Larry Chang is the largest collection of entrepreneurship knowledge ever to form in one Homo sapien, that's a resident of currently planet Earth, but maybe in future Mars via my friend and mentee Elon Musk. When I say that Larry Chang is the largest reservoir of entrepreneurship knowledge, that's just true. Because of this red pill, orange pill, Larry Chang pill truth. I understand entrepreneurship, obviously, but I also understand bankruptcy better than a bankruptcy attorney. There is one person who approaches me who has not yet surpassed me, who is my friend, Marty Pitchinson. He's the Undertaker of Silicon Valley. He is also my mentor. Let me repeat that. He has 50% of my knowledge, but then how is he your mentor? Ditto Elon. I used to have more money than him, and then he made more. He made faster progress. Larry, if you're in a room with dumb people, how do you get smarter? Different question for a different day. But basically, if you pay attention here, you'll get it. Which is, how are you the largest reservoir of entrepreneurship knowledge? Because I know how Monopoly gets played. Because bankruptcy is a part of Monopoly, and bankruptcy is zero. Negative numbers used to not be a thing in math. Can you imagine not having negative numbers or imaginary numbers? Like, how would you invent calculus then, right? Do you even know calculus? Not a rhetorical question. At this point, with some orange pill people, not only do I question whether or not you understand rate of change, air quotes, I seriously question whether you can do credits or debits. I seriously question it. One time in a room, people were like, is artificial intelligence going to take over accounting? Why don't you worry about whether you know the difference between a credit or a debit? Because if you can't, with orange coin knowledge, realize that all it is credits and debits in a triple entry accounting system, maybe you've never done double entry accounting. Credits and debits, right? Or you don't know what I'm talking about. Or you're offended that I'm using words that you don't understand because it should be egalitarian at all costs, right? You didn't take one ground ball at shortstop and you feel like you need to start at shortstop because there currently are no shortstops of Asian Pacific Islander ascent. Maybe you should practice more, Larry Chang, because you playing the race card to be the only NFL point guard, which I would actually be okay with being point guard. But let's say the law says that you have to play center. When you put my back to the basket, okay, my back is currently, I have no idea, okay? This is why I'm a guy, because I don't like women coming up on my six. Like, I can't even see back here. How am I gonna score if I can't even see the basket? I'm not scoring with women unless I can see their face, right? The most red pill, orange pill, Larry Chang pill thing that I know is that you need to understand that I am the largest repository of entrepreneurship knowledge, just like Steve Kerr is a top 15 repository of basketball knowledge. Just like Tom Brady, I hate to say this because he one time hurt me physically. by fouling the fuck out of me in basketball, but he is the #1 repository of football knowledge. That's not by me, Larry Chang, who actually understands very little football. That's from Tom House, who said Tom Brady is the largest repository of football knowledge. Larry Chang is the largest entrepreneurship knowledge repository. How does this benefit you? When you try to do something quasi-innovative, you might go bankrupt, which is why I wrote the blog post that you also didn't read called Cross the Chasm from the Right. One time, I gave my expert opinion, and this is the pushback that I got. Larry, I'm reading somebody else's Amazon review, and they do not agree with you. You need to fucking fuck off, right? We're not here in an egalitarian discussion. We're here for you to get free money. And if you don't want the free money because you'd rather gossip at the nail salon about why my nails, not about why my nails are good, because gossiping at the nail salon about nail technician protocols, that's allowed. But you do not get to talk to the nail salon technician about Bitcoin, anything. Right? Should you talk to her about relationship advice? She's working on her 4th divorce because that's her ass model. That's her business model. She gets married, she gets divorced. She's not in it for the nails, okay? She's in it for the default. The nail tech understands bankruptcy, divorce, and failing better than you do, right? Congratulate the person for how they knew about how child support payments work better than you do. Congratulate them. Hat tip. Thank you for educating me. Thank you for educating me. Thank you. What books am I reading right now? Do you want to ask that question? Or do you want to ask the question of what were the first books that you read? Because are you trying to help me scale, or are you trying to help yourself start? Darn it, I messed that up. Scaling and starting, right? Me, I'm scaling. If you're taking this emotional difficulty, you're starting. Starting, scaling, two different things. The current book that I'm reading is almost always a book that I'm rereading for the 14th time. Kind of doesn't help you, right? I answered your question, but I also kind of intimidated you, but I also explained to you a lot, which is I'm rereading right now. You know who else does this? Naval Ravikant. I love you point of view. What did you read to expand your brain? Oh, what's the one thing that you read to expand your brain, right? That's what you're asking. The one thing I read? Well, here's the one thing I read. The one thing I read is the 650 books that I read this week. That's the one thing I read. I'm humbled to be a speed reading practitioner. I'm humbled. Entrepreneurship knowledge. I can speed read an entrepreneurship book in like 15 minutes. Why? Because I've read every book that I've read. I've read every book that I've read. And so all these books, kind of like women that I date, They all start to blend together, but not in a confusing way, but in a good way, because I can almost guess that page 172 is the conclusion. I love the stuff on strategic bankruptcy, stuff for deep on that. It's not strategic bankruptcy, it's strategic default. But you messing up those two words is why when people forget to start with "I consent" to you, Larry Chang, being honest with you, that the ball gets dropped. Once you drop the ball, you're financially dead because you messed up strategic default with strategic bankruptcy. And once you tell people, hey, Larry Chang taught me strategic bankruptcy, they're like, you're an idiot, and so is he. And then I get labeled an idiot because of guilt of association. It's strategic default. Page 249, misbehavior markets. There are two sides to the bankruptcy equation, which is why one time I told a person, yeah, 70% drawdown, you're gonna lose 70% of money. They're like, no, I'm not. I'm like, tell me about these 10 things. Never heard of any of those 10 things. I am humbled by having read every book that I read. I think I missed the question, but how many people actually did the external API homework? Very few. I don't know why.